Well, the next 10 players on TSN's Top 50 Players Rankings list for the upcoming season have been revealed. Here's 40 to 36, including the Oilers' Evan Bouchard and the Sens' Brady Tkachuk. Look at Clayton Keller, not on the list last year, sneaks in at number 36, and 35 to 31. Timmy Stützle at 35, Robert Thomas, Josh Morrissey, a couple of Jets, Mark Scheifele on the list as well after not making the list last season. And you know that music means I'm going to walk over to the other side of the expansive Studio 9. We have another season debut on the show. I couldn't be more thrilled about it. It's the season premiere of Tasteful Nudes. We're not going to show you the picture of Jamie in the mesh top because that makes him uncomfortable. He's in a suit. He looks great. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
So excited to be here. And I actually am sad that you don't have the mesh shirt waiting for me.
Well, you're so jacked. Like, that's the thing. It's intimidating for the rest of us. How was your summer? You always travel. You love to travel.
Good. You know, made it to Italy again. Great food. You talk about, I don't need the mesh shirt right now. We do not need to see what's going on underneath this. But yes, I'm recovering from Italy and the food, but it was great. Great summer, but I'm happy to be back. It's hockey season again. We got baseball. You know, all of the good things, all of the above.
It's the best time of year in sports, and 5 of 10 players between 31 and 40 on our list play for Canadian teams. And I want to talk about the fact you're going to do a ton of Ottawa Senators games for us here on TSN this year. Tim Stützle, Brady Tkachuk, they're on the list. Jake Sanderson, we already saw he was on the list between 50 and 40. It's interesting because you think of the Sens last year, they get to the postseason. It just felt like getting to the postseason was the victory in itself, right? I mean, you would love to have seen them gone further. But just finally getting to the postseason after so long out of the postseason is a win in itself. Do you feel like covering this team as much as you do, they will make that next step this year?
I think there is a possibility that they make a giant step. Now, the Atlantic is going to be, I think, bunched up. You take a look at Detroit, Buffalo trying to get better. They've made some moves. I don't think the Ottawa Senators are going anywhere. Even the Boston Bruins, they gave up on their season last year, but they're going to have a healthier season. You talked about the top 3 players on this list. I call him Timmy Superstar. I mean, Tim Stützle is poised to have a great season as your number 1 centerman. Brady Tkachuk, we know what he brings to the table. It's that physicality. He's not shy to fight. He's a great leader, and he can score, and he's irritable on every given night. And Jake Sanderson is a superstar. For me, I think there is going to be a time where Jake Sanderson is not only in the Norris conversation, he wins it. So I look at this team taking that next step. There's depth down the middle of the ice now. You've got Stützle, Cousins, Indepinto. If you had and wanted Ridley, Gregg can be a centerman as well. They signed Lars Eller. It's going to be the internal competition because there's not a lot of spots available. The team is going to take that next step. If Linus Ullmark can stay healthy, I think this team is rock solid and going to continue to climb in the Atlantic.
And then the Winnipeg Jets have a couple of players on the list as well. Josh Morrissey, incredible season, obviously. He was fantastic at the Four Nations. And then Mark Scheifele, who did not make that Four Nations team, is at number 31. And Mark Scheifele, I still can't believe he wasn't even on this list last year. Do you agree with where he is at number 31 on this list?
I'd like to see him higher, but there's a lot of guys that I fight for it. And listen, I am a guy who submitted a list. And what happens is I do my initial list, and then I sleep on it and go, why is this guy not on there? And you miss people, and you put 2 in there by accident. And then you go, okay, point getter, forgot a defenseman, got to put a defenseman in there. Oh, what about the goaltenders? Well, you're a goalie hugger. So there's so many different things that go on and go through your mind because I have this argument with people who do the list. You know, a guy like my buddy Jason Strudwick, what's the difference between player number 38 and number 44? It's personal opinion and how you feel they are going to have a great season. Scheifele is a superstar. He's such a great player for the Winnipeg Jets. He had an amazing season last year. Should he or could he be higher on the list? Absolutely. But what you're doing is, you're moving deck chairs around because, okay, this guy's a great guy, this guy's a great player. But, the fact that he wasn't on the previous year was a travesty. But he's taken another step. Last season, he was brilliant. So 31, would I like to see him in the 20s? Absolutely. I would have to check or double check my list because I do believe I had him with something with a 2 in it.
And I think that there's a very strong argument for that. Yeah. I mean, there's always a strong argument that Mark Scheifele is constantly being overlooked throughout his entire career.
100%.
And maybe it has something to do with playing in Winnipeg and being overlooked there, but it just seems to happen to him over and over. And then Evan Bouchard, who was on the list last year, has actually dropped 9 spots. Now, he didn't have the career year he had 2 years ago, but he still got that 4-year extension in the offseason that the Oilers had to give him, no question about it. What are your expectations for Evan Bouchard this season?
Well, I look at some of the players that didn't have career seasons for the Edmonton Oilers, and you can look at Zach Hyman had a step back. You can look at RNH had a step back. Evan Bouchard as well. With the injury to Matthias Ekholm, I look at the Oilers that, yes, they made it to the finals, but there was also some scenarios where they had bumps in the road during the regular season. Keep in mind, they make it to the finals, all eyes are on them. So Bouchard, I expect him to continue to climb back. From the list, he did drop down because his regular season wasn't as good. But there was a time in the playoffs where you're like, there's a reason why he's making $10.5 million.
Yeah.
Big shot, quarterbacks the power play. You look at just the difference that he made against the LA Kings alone, batting that puck out of the air. I mean, that could have been a disastrous situation for the Edmonton Oilers if LA wins that game. He bats it out of the air, they come back, they win the series. So Bouchard, he's polarizing, but he's still a top player. So makes a lot of money, but he deserves to be high on the list because what he's capable of doing, and that's 5-on-5 and on the power play special teams, he's been brilliant.
Can't believe it, but we're out of time.
Oh, no.
This just flew by.
It did.
Well, come back again sometime soon?
Anytime. You need to have me back more.
I will. Thanks, buddy.